welcome to our today's lecture. The topic which we are going to discuss today is one of the interesting topics in English communication for the tech world. Our today's topic is professional communication. So, in order to understand what actually professional communication means, we should go through its definition. So, professional communication involves using appropriate language, tone, and format to convey messages clearly and respectfully in a workplace or technical setting. It includes written, spoken, and digital communication within professional teams and organization. So here we have some skills which we really need to boost up for our professional communication. So the first one is active listening. Active listening means fully concentrating, understanding, and responding thoughtfully to what others are saying rather than just hearing their words. There are some key points which we should keep in mind while listening actively to the speaker. So, give your undivided attention to the speaker, avoid distractions like phone, multitasking, and any other task. Show you are engaged through eye contact, nodding, or short verbal cues like I see, that makes sense. So, moving on, you should ask clarifying question if something isn't clear. This really shows that you are interested in listening and understanding what the speaker is saying. Next, you have to reflect back what you have heard to confirm understanding. So, you are saying that. So, these kind of phrases you can use to reconfirm that whether you are actively listening to the speaker or not. Now, the question arises that why all these matter? Because active listening helps you to understand colleagues' perspectives and needs, and as you know, that in a workplace, understanding each other's perspectives and needs are very important. It helps you to build trust and rapport. It resolves misunderstandings and prevent conflicts. And it also create a positive, inclusive and cooperative work environment. Come on, let's see an example. Suppose that during a project meeting, instead of interrupting your teammate, you listen carefully and summarize. So, you are suggesting we test the app with a smaller user group first to fix bugs. So, from this example, it is very much clear that the listener is rephrasing the context or the situation in his own words to confirm that he was the active listener during the whole process. Next, we have clear and concise verbal communication, which is also one of the important aspect of professional communication. Verbal communication involves using spoken words to share ideas, give instructions, and exchange information effectively. While doing a verbal communication, you should speak clearly and confidently. You should use simple and specific language suited to your audience. You should avoid jargon when talking to non technical people. You should also pay attention to the tone, that whether the tone is polite, positive, and professional or not. You should choose the right time and setting to share ideas or feedback. Now, why verbal communication matters? Because clear verbal communication ensures that your message is understood as intended. You avoid misinterpretations or confusion. You can engage others in meaningful, goal oriented conversation. Let's look at an example of a clear verbal communication which says, instead of saying the algorithm failed because of multiple issues, say the algorithm didn't work correctly due to an input error. We can fix it by adjusting the data type. So in the first example, you have say you can clearly see that this situation is so vague when the speaker is saying that multiple issues. What are actually those multiple issues? You should clearly state the fact. Like in the second example, you can see that they have clearly mentioned that due to input error. So it was a very simple and clear example of verbal, clear and concise verbal communication. Next, we have the written communication. As you know, that written communication plays a very important role in professional communication, because there are so many documents and emails and reports which are usually shared among the company, between the team and team members, and moresoever. So written communication is the use of written words to convey messages through emails, reports, proposal, and other professional documents. While going or preferring written communication, you should be clear, concise, and structured. Plan before writing, and you should outline your ideas logically. For written communication, you should use proper grammar, punctuation, and formatting. You should keep paragraphs short and focused. You should also maintain a professional tone, and even in emails. You should organize your inbox and prioritize important emails. Why written communication matters? Because strong writing skills allow you to communicate complex information simply. It helps you to maintain professionalism and clarity in documentation. It creates a permanent record of communication, which is very important for the professional communication. Here we have an example which is actually an email example, which says that, dear team, please review the attached report before tomorrow's meeting. Let me know if you have any feedback or concern. Best regard. Moving on, we also have non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication includes facial expressions, body language, gestures, tone of voice, and eye contact, all of which influence how your message is received. The key points in non-verbal communication which you should take care of is: maintain eye contact to show attention and confidence. Keep an open posture, like avoid crossing arms, because this is what considered as a defensive posture. Use appropriate facial expressions to match your message. Be aware of your tone of voice. It can convey warmth, urgency, or frustration. You should respect personal space and cultural differences in body language. Non-verbal communication matters because non-verbal cues often communicate more than just words. They can reinforce, contradict, or complement verbal messages. Good control of body language improves confidence and credibility. Let's look at an example of a non-verbal communication. Smiling and nodding when your teammate presents an idea shows encouragement, and even without saying a word. Next, we have the emotional intelligence, which is very important in the professional communication, because emotional intelligence, EI, refers to the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions and respond appropriately to the emotions of the other. Here are some key points of the emotional intelligence, which is to develop self awareness, know your worth, know your strength and triggers. You should regulate your emotions in stressful situation. You should you should empathize with others' perspective. Build positive relationships by staying respectful and composed. Handle conflicts constructively rather than reactively. Why emotional intelligence matter? Because high emotional intelligence helps you to communicate calmly during conflict, strengthen teamwork and cooperation, gain trust from colleagues and leaders, and it helps to maintain a healthy, respectful, and productive work environment. Emotional intelligence is actually considered as a pioneering, or we can say that a very important aspect of professional communication, because it helps you to gauge your understanding, to control your emotion, because there are so many times when people became out of control, they are triggered by a very meager situation. So it's very important in professional setting that how you deal with such situation, how you control your emotions. So let's look at it at its example, which is a teammate issue a deadline. Instead of reacting angrily, you say, I understand things correctly, let us discuss how we can manage the next deadline better. So, here we conclude our professional communication lecture. I hope you will get to know some of the important aspects of professional communication. Hope to see you in the next lecture.